Hello everybody, welcome. Next installment of Junk Wagon Productions. Today we got a mid-50s 600 series Ford that more or less I need to get my driveway fixed, so this ran when parked special needs to ran when parked today. So I can get the driveway fixed. Here in North Georgia there's been a lot of rain ever since, I guess you'd say, pretty much Christmas. More or less every other day rain of some sort, and gravel driveway is held up not so well. So yeah, let's dig in. I'll give you a good walk around on this Ford tractor. I've kind of gone over it previous to this point, ordered some parts. Maybe I ordered enough. Hopefully it actually turns over. I hadn't even spun it, so we will see. Here's the walk around of the old Ford. Like I said, it's a mid-50s. Pretty sure it's a Workmaster is what the guy told me, or something of that nature. Oh, looky here. Like we have a late model of my guessing is a 12-volt alternator. Oh boy. Putting the JB Weld all over things. Yeah, I caught that. I've ordered another one, but man, the ingenuity of these cats. And the old Zenith carb. I'm sure we'll have that apart today. Needle and seat issues. Ooh, that electrical tape is so shiny. 200 mile an hour. Oh, we're doing something special. And right here is where you find your serial number and your date code. Let's see. See that right? I think it says what, 641. And by the serial you can judge the date. So well, let's see. Looks as if we have a newer, purely just to the paint. Is that steering box? Yeah, steering box. Nice. Should have used that as a selling point. He might have got a few more pennies out of me. As expected. Little dry rot on the tire. Good quality seat. Lends itself to long-term comfort over the 8 to 10 to 15 hour day. Oh, hemorrhoid special. Check her out up here. Boy, she's wound tight already. Ain't even crunk. Pretty sure I've got to the conclusion, looking previous, the cable's not even hooked up, or it's hooked up broken. All these gauges do not work or not wired, so we'll replace those as we go. Live PTO, I believe it was said this one has a 4-speed in it. And she's set just about as long here as probably the last place. And it's about due up time to give her a little love, so. Oh man, good quality stuff. Till I take care of mine. I would imagine point style distributor, good quality coil, which probably check the primary and secondary windings on. I ordered a complete kit, but I'm pretty sure spark plug wires didn't come with it. Maybe if we got lucky, these are not all chewed up. Looking okay. So hopefully the PTO works, hopefully the lift works. I have not started it to find any of this out, so time pretty much shall tell. Now what I'm going to do is take what's under that and get it drug up over here on concrete, purely so it'd be a little easier to work on. Probably gonna first start on pulling the tins off just to give me room to work. It seems like a much better option just looking over the tractor. Pull all this here, that off, and I'll have a lot better shot to get to the fuel system here and what have you. I'll be back with you once I got it on the concrete. Yeah, better working area, why not, right? Okay, got it moved to a more suitable workspace on the concrete where I can check several things. We'll go through the systems, make sure everything works. But first I'm gonna start with, does the engine rotate? Do we have stuck set of rings? You know, water got down in a hole, got all the good crusties all over it and does not move, or do we happen to get lucky on this one? which there's a very good possibility of not. So let's give it a chance, and then we'll start working through other systems, you know, spark, yeah, points, what have you. Good chance there it's not gonna play out right. But I did order a set of points and a condenser, so worst come to worst, we'll change them out. Then we'll get a battery in it, check all the rest of the vitals. Well, let's dig in. First thing I'm gonna try to do is the old belt and fan trick. Now this works sometimes, but the belt looks quite warped. This thing has great pulley alignment, you know, alternator sets a good 1/2 inch cocked of the crank pulley, so we will see. Maybe we'll get lucky. It's not a big high compression motor, so if we get lucky, we'll push down on the belt, spin the fan, and she'll spin over, but chances are not. Then we have to get a long extension through that small hole in the bottom in front of the crank. Then we got to figure out what size socket to use, then get in position to spin it just so. But fingers crossed this will work just so. Pressure down on the belt, spin the fan. Oh, are we moving? Oh yeah. Oh, this is just pure luck. Oh heck, we got, you know, oh, there, finally found a compression stroke. Come on. 3 out of 4 bolts on the crank. I get the 4th one, and that's a full 360. Come on. Oh, maybe we're in gear. Does help to be out of gear, just so you know. Oh gosh, she spins like new money. Belt's the tightest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like brand new, other than not. Okay, we did happen to get lucky enough, and we did get a full 360 out of the engine, so either lack of compression, did get lucky enough to get a full 360 out of the crank pulley, so that means no severe rust in the cylinder. Definitely when you move it by the belt, makes life quite easy. So from this point forward, now it's time to check the fun part of spark, and we'll go from there. Got us a good never start battery, but it does have the easy pickup handle, so hadn't worked on anything else. But lack of compression, a lot of cooking over the last few hours. Maybe this is the one. The more I notice the wiring on this, the more I get scared of what I've really got ahead of me. It's just got a straight coil wire running what it looks like it'd be the positive battery post here. Man, this is quality setup. And you know, I just have no clue what in the world. Looks like everybody's in for a real show. Well, we'll see how this plays. Yes, well. Let's see. Okay, this is a positive, goes to the solenoid. Obviously ground. Let's see. Configuration of the battery. I'm gonna try this. And she does happen to fit. Actually, I think I'm gonna spin it around. Maybe this is the trick. And this looks more like what we would have worked. Looks like new. Boy, this is just a quality setup. Going behind another individual's wiring is usually somewhat semi-scary. And this is exactly what I would expect. Don't want to ground that out. Then we burn up a coil. Golly, this is just what in the world? Well, I'm gonna pull a plug, check fire. I guess I would do what I guess imagine they done and stick the hot in, pull plug, figure out how in the world to spin it over, because this is my ignition switch. happens to not be there. So see a fair amount of wiring in the future, but here we go. I'll go get a ratchet, get this plug out. One, check the plugs, probably put a full set in it while I'm here, but check it and see if we got fire. We'll go for. All right, let's get a couple plugs out, kind of read them, see what the straps tell us, see how much lean or fat she's been burning, and give us a lot of information on this motor and oil as well. So, oh, super tight. That makes for great compression, just so you know. You should make sure and do that yourself. Just finger tight's always good. Ooh, a little carbony, but all in all, not a horrible option. Where I could use hair more timing, but burning okay. Yeah, small amount of soot on the porcelain, so she's not burning horrible, at least not in that cylinder. Let's get the other few out and kind of gauge what we got really going on here. And this is the part I'm scared of opening. There's no telling the junk. Oh, good quality. Yeah, definitely an oil burner. Not horrible, but not the greatest. I've seen a lot worse, but hey, helped lube her up so she spun quite easy. Great looking plug. Hole number 3. I am slightly excited to see. So there's the one with the compression, the one actually pulling the tractor around, obviously the last time she ran, so good to see. And another great burning cylinder. Actually, this engine does not seem in bad shape. Has one hole with probably a little bit of a leaky ring. Hopefully not a broken ring. Does not have the looks of it, but all in all, not bad plugs. They run an auto light. Somebody is Craigslist, Facebook rebuild on it once a time, so not too old of a plug. 1607, so heat range is right for an old wore out tractor. So we're gonna do the right thing, and very good chance of throw a set of plugs in it, leave one out, figure out this starting system that happens to be here, and go from there. Spin her over, check the oil. If I can get it running for a second, then we'll drop the oil, but I have a real good feeling that carburetor is gonna bite us. I went with this exact kit here. It's got plugs, cap, I want to say points, condenser, cap. I think it's got a rotor button. I do not remember. Maybe even the dust shield that comes factory. So I was thinking I was getting wires as well. So more or less, those look brand new. We're gonna disregard that, but the $50 El Cheapo made in Taiwan special is what we're gonna try. And the disconcerting part is 216, 216, 216, 437. Was like new. Well, let's get to installing this and go from there. Maybe we have spark. Maybe no points replacement, or worst case scenario, a little right between the points, and fire shall become from them. Stupid. That was kind of dumb, wasn't it? I got this very special kit for one simple reason. It was the cheapest thing I could find on eBay at the time. And, you know, points, or not necessarily points. It's got rotor button, cap. Thought it had wires, but, you know, quick and go. Sometimes you forget. 4 plugs, so maybe it'll work out. Maybe those old wires, yeah, they'll do the right thing. Come around. But the concerning part is 216, 216, 216, 437. Not sure what it means. Hopefully it's just when they were made, difference of times. So, we'll pull them out and see. We'll make sure to gap them just so, by the eye. And let's get them going. Perfect. Perfect. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. And unlike the last people, just so. Then we'll plug you in. That. Being this is a 437, looks the same thread pitch and depth. My guess is more of a different heat range. There's probably some special something on this tractor where one cylinder needs a different heat range of plug. Eeny, meeny, miny. Okay, last one will do. I'm gonna leave this one out. And we're gonna throw some fire through the wire once I figure out this ignition system and maybe shock myself. But that will be a good thing. That means we have fire in the wire. Let's see. All right, let's check 12 volt to coil. Sure. Need my trigger button, which I could not tell you where it's at. Probably rotten from this point on. Who knows? Let's see, where do you go? One second. All right, solenoid. We got to throw. And just looking the way these people have it set up, more or less, you run, you jump your solenoid through this wire as it looks. Not sure, but let's check it the easiest way we know how. Ground you, find a decent bolt. Not to that. Perfect. Let's see what we got. Nothing. Oh yay, lovely. No good starter. Maybe need the adjustable hammer to check to install these battery terminals with just a little better. Oh, it's so hard to believe. We do not have fire in the wire, or lack of ground there is. But somewhere I think I do have a spark plug checker. Now the $1 million question is, where shall I find this? Where did I leave it? $1 million question as usual. And probably gonna end up sandpapering the points if I can get them to come around. If not, I'll change the condenser in the points. But let's go get a spark plug checker, go from there. Well, after a few minutes searching, I did find spark plug checker, and who knows if I even have it semi-wired up in the correct manner. You never know what you get into, but let's throw this on, see if it works, go from there, then start working it towards points and condenser. Yeah, scary. Probably gonna catch fire. Most definitely. Whatever worked last time don't even work now. Yep, need the adjustable hammer on these terminals. Not sure if you noticed or did not, like me. Who knows where you can get continuity here. Let's try this option. Now there's fire in that wire. Maybe that's the ticket. Come on. And what a joke. Nothing. Well, I guess after the boiling of the battery, cooking it for a long term, she still is in, decent shape. Won't crank your car, but if you have no compression in a tractor, seems to be the thing. Let's get in here and eyeball these points. Go get a screwdriver. Imagine that. Too lazy for the screwdriver, but found this overly extended pry bar. Probably Harbor Freight special. Yeah, maybe she'll do the trick. Yes. Let's see. Beautiful. We'll be changing you since I have a new one. I got the dust cover. It's not been too extremely long since she's had a little love, I guess. Points look brand new. Yeah, let's see if we get fired by rocking it back and forth. Yeah, let's plug the battery up, see if there's fire there. Let's see, how did I have you? Like so, like so. Now let's, I'm not sure if you can hear the click, but we have fire. So that is a good sign. Oh, definite fire. We have got fire. It looks like the points in the condenser recently were changed, so this is a good sign. Maybe no points changing. So while we're here, I've got the parts. I'm gonna throw a cap, rotor button, dust cover in. I'm gonna go grab them, come back. Then maybe we'll have fire in the wire. Probably bulb blown in here is the problem. Unlike most sane people, I figured I would like to walk back and forth to the house to get all of my parts one by one. But instead this time, I brought them all out, and lo and behold, here she still is. The one part I'm looking for that I already have, as usual. What a surprise. Running for the thing you've got and you can't find. Yeah, it's all here. There's something wrong, but it's all right. Well, see, new points, condenser. But I think my points condenser are fine. They are firing. I'm not sure if you could hear them on the camera, but points were firing. Now we'll throw rotor button. Not really so worried about the old dust cap, but maybe go back with it. Probably wouldn't hurt nothing, just to be honest. Not sure what you do, but yeah, who knows? I'm learning with you. Imagine that. Alignment oiler. Maybe you do not align with oiler. Okay, I see where you go. Maybe here. I had a new clip. Where did you go? Somewhere under the rainbow. I don't know. There it is. Come on. You got to be kidding me. I tell you. These lightweight parts in these plastic bags. Recipe for disaster, as always. Maybe. Do you go like so? I would imagine this is the oiler. Yes, yes. There's my alignment. This was. There's a collar around, so I'm guessing like so. Looks like she fits. Like so. And now for this new beauty. In, and just hang out. You walk everywhere. Now we're stuck. Ain't that amazing? What are we stuck on? Probably this. Let's see. Things there. Do you? No, you don't line up with nothing. That is awesome. Do you line up with anything? Ah, there's that one tab. Okay. Where do you go? I'm sure you'll fall about it. There we go. And just like that, installed. Up there. Yes. Just like so. Brand new. Alright, so we're here. We'll put these brand new plug wires on once again. That's probably the reason we had no spark already. But we'll just act like we didn't see that and go from here. As soon as out of the coil, we'll have to work through the coil, go from there. Check primary, secondary windings, worst case scenario. Oh, this one's gonna come apart for me. Okay, looking. At least it was installed correctly. Not sure if you can see. We got a lot of junk in there. That's supposed to be semi-shiny. Not supposed to have all the corrosion, so good idea changing. And this was not near as bad. You actually still have some coloring, but it would work in a pinch. A little bit of sanding, but we got new parts. We'll throw them on. So back to this professional system, and should have started here. You know, sometimes you forget. Sometimes you just take it as they had to have oil in it. These things take oil, but they only leak it all out. So. Hey, it could use a little add, but plenty of viscosity. Nice, a fair amount of gas in, but no oil. Let's see. Feels like a 1540. Not sure, but plenty decent looking oil. Actually has a fair color to it. You know, diesel oils have the already looked halfway burnt when they're new, so who knows? Good chance. We'll at least crank it up on that before we change it. Let's see, can we get you in here? Now, after checking deeply into this stupid little, I've lost it, light, seems as if we have a bad bulb. What a surprise. Alright, now we'll go back to checking the same way I started. Ground out the plug strap, see if we can get fire. And then from there, we'll work through the fuel system. Maybe if I'm lucky enough. It's ground to a painted bolt. That will do so nicely. Not working. Not good enough. Just a little bit. Ah, there we go. It's ground to the actual ground for the battery. And still no fire. So, more fun ensues. Well, let's check the coil, check continuity, all that good stuff with our good quality high-end Harbor Freight tester. Here I'm going to check continuity, or I could just check 12 volt from battery to coil, make sure I got fire. To 20. Good and cool outside, so these wires seem to be straight. Now, alright, let's go ground hot. 0 volts. That could be our issue. So this setup of whatever in the world. Ooh, no, we have voltages there. Let's check that to that. Yep, we're in good shape. All right, well, let's go to the little horseshoe here. Pull the power off. Check the primary and secondary windings. You piece of junk. One day I'm going to buy a decent tool. Probably not. Nothing. So, oh heck, you have to put it on the right thing. How about this one? I thought I've already done this. And as it were, we're at 10. That's okay-ish. Review here. Nothing. Okay. So, seems to be we are in need of a coil. Well, I went by the Hobo Freight, got a little bit of wiring. Believe it or not, went by Advanced Auto Parts, didn't get asked if it had windshield wipers nor four-wheel drive. Just asked the guy, I need a coil for an older tractor, Ford. He said, is it the slide-on style with the brads or is it the thread-on style? I was absolutely floored. Way to go, Advanced. Good quality. And, well, I'm gonna go back offline and throw a little few things on and see if we can't get fire. Now, after a quick coil change and a simple check, seems as if our coil was bad, which I did test. I did go to the Hobo Freight, got me a new spark plug checker. So we do have fire, did not have change points or condenser, just a bad coil. Primary winding was just gone. So new coil done the trick, thank goodness. Now off to the worst part, the fuel system check. Let me move my junk aside and graceful as ever. The worst part of today. What in the... Ooh, good quality varnish smell. What in the world? That may be incorrect, but You can judge for yourself. Does that not look beautiful? I think someone, I may be wrong, has possibly tried to do some sort of in-tank lining. Looks like they poured paint within, so we're just gonna act like we didn't see that, and it's just fine. Alright, now we're going to not worry about the tank. We're gonna pull off this JB welded piece of junk, sediment catcher, whatever you'd like to call it. Actually would like for it to hold fuel instead of obviously do what they had the problem of, it's drain out. Change it. Then I'm pretty sure that the petcock on the bottom of this tank has an O-ring on it, and I'm pretty sure it's gone. But let's first remove the sediment catch that it's been absolutely I don't know, defiled by JB Weld. But if it worked, I get it. I deal with farmers on a regular basis. If it works, they're in good shape with it. So hey, ingenuity is what it is. I'm sure it was just a rubber O-ring over time, took a dump. And you don't always have what you need in the field. Oh, all this crustiness on this carburetor just makes me feel so much better about what I do. Just so you know what's really been going through here and the quality of their fix. But maybe it did work. I am not sure, and I'm not willing to figure out. I can't see it working. The new silt washers. Come on. And as expected, that's what we got. It is nice. It is glass. No, we are not taking it apart because I don't want to be putting the JB Weld on like the last guy. So, maybe we can just get lucky. These seal, yeah, no, not happening. But we'll throw her back on, cross our fingers, maybe send a few prayers up, and maybe she'll seal. Not happening. And we're just not gonna worry about this. We're just gonna hit it with hammers, beat on the needle and seat till she decides to open, which will probably be never. We're at the point, throw a little gas in it. What has come out seems to be more looking like diesel fuel these days with all the ethanol in it. So I'm gonna just say perfect. And I'm gonna throw about a half gallon in. I'm sure the O-ring on the bottom of this tank, the petcock, has already left and went to the station, but half a gallon of gas drained out, and no one will ever notice the difference. Let's see, where do we have our leaks? Honestly, not the worst I've ever seen. Got a small drip on the petcock, to be expected. But, small leak there. Imagine that. Those brass washers, or copper washers, not doing their job. They're only from the days of Henry Ford being alive, so what to be expected. Now we're gonna try the first fire with, it's like brand new. We're gonna try the first fire with this proper wiring. Now it has spark, we have gas leaking everywhere, so we shoot in the flames. Thank goodness. It'll burn that one too. Oh, let's not forget. Let's choke. Ding. She is mint. And with that, we actually have a runner. It is quite surprising. Alternator is not charging. Check the battery, it was showing 12-ish volts. Check the alternator, it's not putting anything out. So either way, this thing is a runner. Absolutely surprising. Who knows how long this thing is sit. We do have a small gas leak, which get to pull all the tin off, pull the tank out, and I'm sure it's just an O-ring, either that or it's leaking past the threads of the petcock itself, which right now, a little bit of warmth here, not really interested in finding out. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be pointed that way, but we are pointing this way, so hot, not so much. Another thing I found out is PTO does work. I do not have any prime to raise the lift, or I have a bad pump, or any of the above, so I'll do 5 minutes of research online. Pretty sure I'll get back to you in 5 minutes, and no, but we'll find out what the issue is. No lift, so maybe we'll not be fixing the driveway today. We will see. Well, as to be expected, my 5-minute search, I found out enough that I know nothing more than I knew before. More or less, you lose prime through certain seals, certain O-rings, you gotta break the tractor apart, yada yada yada. So I'm gonna do it the poor guy way. I'm gonna try something, see if I can prime this system with air. Probably won't work. I'll probably end up cutting this part of the video, but anything is worth it at this point, so why not, right? Let's go crank her up again. This may just be really due to hair. We did have most of the full stick. It says here's good, and we were here. So. That is great. We do have a running tractor, not charging. It did crank. I think second try. Lift does work-ish. Now I'll let the battery charge so we actually have fire, even though we don't have a charging system. I'm going to start with what looks like something someone has already done once before, and change out the lifting eye. Just weld another one on. Easy enough trick. So I'm going to get to that and let the battery charge, so maybe we can make a few scrapes on the driveway. filled that back. I'm still letting it cool off so that I don't burn my phalanges as I put it back on. But I tuned the carb, I charged the battery, got it running a little better. So she is almost due up for the first voyage. The only obstacle I see in the future is this lift right here. Well, let's get this arm back on, get it bolted back on, then we'll fight with how to make this lift, you know, whoop, whoop. Has no problem with whoop, but that whoop, that's our problem. So maybe if we air it up enough, prime it a few more times. I'm sure it's a bad O-ring or a bad seal somewhere losing pressure, but go up, down, up, down, up, down a few times. We'll put the box on it, throw a few more gallons of gas in it. Even with this shoddy electrical system on here, it is charging. It's showing 12.5 on the battery charger while running, so any minute amount is better than none. So I've got the battery charger rolling on it. I'm gonna get this back on and I'll be right back with you, and we'll figure out this, and hey, maybe we can grade some gravels. That's the way the pro's doing. But anyway, it works. Folks, you ain't got to get it perfect, just get it usable. It's real simple. Nice seeing you again. We'll be soon.